Hi there, how are you today? Thanks for joining me. My name's Rich, and we're at everybody's favorite part of an RV, am I right? So, this here cap, the other day, I took it off, and I got a real nasty surprise. So, if that's happening to you right now, or if it's happened to you in the past, and you don't know what to do, I'm about to show you what I'm going to do about it, and I think I can help you too. So, stay with me and hang out a while. Alright, so we have this problem. What are we going to do? It has to be the valves, because that's what's going to keep anything from getting to that cap. So here I have, bought off Amazon. Just ordered real quick. Here's a 3-inch valve with new hardware in there. That's for the black, and also a 1.5-inch valve for the gray. And I'll leave a link to those guys below. And also, I was having trouble with the cap flying off while I was driving, and that wasn't really a good thing, I thought. So I went ahead and I'm going to replace that cap too, but I decided to get a different kind. This one has a little garden hose thing here, so you can open that up first. And if there's anything in there, you can just put your hose up against it and catch everything, so it doesn't go on the ground. Just a little belt and suspenders approach in case the valves don't fix this. So let's get to it. Okay, we're going to start with the gray valve, which is the 1.5-inch valve, and it's got a, for me at least, a 5/16 on one side and a 3/8 on the other. So I'm just going to take these 4 bolts out and 4 nuts off of them, and we should be able to slide this out and slide the new one in. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we have the 4 nuts off, so I'm just going to pull the bolts out. And our valve ought to just more or less pop out of there. And there it is. So yeah, that's it. And the seals are left behind. So we got to get them out of there. There's one. There's the other one. So this is the, these are the culprits. These aren't sealing anymore. So we're going to put a whole new everything in here. But first we're going to clean everything up. Paper towel is your friend for this part. And you can just get in here and clean up all these surfaces in here. Make sure they're dry and there's no dirt on anything. Just so that the new guy can go in there and be all sealed up and not leak. That's what we want. Definitely don't want to do this job a second time. So we'll get it all cleaned up. Alright, that's looking good. You can't really see it. Maybe a little. But yeah, it's basically just getting all the little, there's like dust and stuff in there. So now we have our new valve right here, with our 2 seals already in there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lubricate these seals, and this is what you want to use for that, or something else like this, but you don't want to use anything petroleum based, because petroleum and rubber don't get along at all. But this stuff is made for O-rings and things like that, so this is the perfect stuff to use. It's called Lube Tube. I'll leave a link to that too. And so basically what you're going to do is you're just going to get a little bit of this on here. It's basically a silicone type lubricant, and just using your hands, just work that around and coat this whole O-ring up so it's nice and, you know, you don't want it dripping, but just nice and coated. And then you can just put that right back in like that. Make sure you don't put that on the ground or anything, you don't want it to get dirty. So here's our second O-ring. We're going to just do the same thing, just a little bit of that. A little dab will do you. And just smear that around real good. Get that all worked in there. And we'll go ahead and put that right in on the other side. So now, this guy just needs to get in here. So we'll spread that out and line it up. Get it right back in there. And it should hang in there a little from the pressure of the pipes while we're grabbing the... So we got new hardware we're going to use, so make sure we use that. So here's the new stuff. And we're just going to go right back together the way we took it apart. Alright, so now we got all our new hardware in and everything's finger tight. So basically now we're going to go around, we're going to tighten them all up, but we're going to do a little bit on each corner and move our way around rather than cranking it down all at once in each corner. And that'll just, if you can do opposite, you're better. And that'll just seat the gaskets a little more evenly. And just gives you the best chance of not having a leak, which is really what we're after here. And this is all, housing's all plastic and the pipes are all plastic, so definitely don't want to go too crazy tightening them up. Alright, so we're on to the black. This time everything's 7/16 on the front and the back. So go ahead and take these off, same way we did the other one. Alright, same as the last one. Just pop it out. And this time the seal stayed in. So again, we want to clean up everything. Position this in here, making sure that nothing happens to our seal. We'll make sure they're lined up in there. Pretty good. And again, we have new hardware, so we're going to go ahead and use that. Alright, so we got our hardware in, we got our valve lined up, and that's just the same as last time. Just tighten it up evenly all the way around, and that'll be it. We're all tightened up and valve operates correctly. Looking good in there. So last thing to do is our cap. So basically just gonna pop this thing right off of here. That's all there is to that. And then just put the new one on the same way. And that's that. Simple as that. So now, there you have it. All set. Okay, it's time for a quick test. So we're going to test the black first because I already have my flush hose hooked up. I'm fortunate to have that feature. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. And so I'm filling my black tank with fresh water. Okay, I got about a minute's worth of water in there. Alright, so that's operating well, sealing off good. Success. Okay, now we gotta test the gray. I ran some water, and you can see there's nothing in the pipe there. No drips from our valve, and so if I open that up, go ahead and drain out the water I put in. So, successful job. Okay, here we are. Job is complete. We've got 2 new valves, a new cap, and it has this little garden hose thing on it to allow you to catch any spillage in case that keeps being an issue, which hopefully it won't with these new valves. The other thing I wanted to point out was that I had a little trouble with the 1.5-inch valve leaking, and I think that was because the valve was open when I was trying to reassemble it. And so I think if you close the valve and then try to assemble everything, that makes it go together a little easier. So that's my advice there. Otherwise, it's pretty simple, just those 4 bolts, and you should be good to go. So if you like this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks again for watching. See you later. Bye.